So we're gonna make a crispy eggplant sandwich. This is a derivative of the eggplant parm, which I love so much, but deconstructed so it's less messy. That's gonna be really great when we bite into it because you're not gonna have sauce going everywhere. The jury's still out on the definition of a burger. However, this is delicious and it is between two pieces of bun.
Life can be a struggle, but a good meal doesn't have to be. We can make creative, nutritious, and inventive dishes that won't break the bank. We'll eat well and save money, because that's what we do. Welcome to Struggle Meals.
So we've got our eggplant here. You really wanna get a big piece of eggplant with a lot of girth because you're gonna, nope, can't use that word. So the eggplant is the star of the dish. You definitely want to get a really, so big eggplant equals good meat to bun ratio size. Obviously we want all of these to be about the same thickness, but if you go too thick this way, it will be soggy. So I'd say like between 1/4 and 1/2 inch, just enough that it'll cook through when we're frying it, but it doesn't get all oil logged. So there's 4 beautiful meaty patties. We've got a plate here with some paper towels. We're gonna lay out these eggplants and we're gonna hit it with salt, like more than you'd actually want. The purpose right now is to draw out moisture and bitterness. Bitterness is no good, and moisture is the enemy of crispiness. Can't have a crispy eggplant if it ain't crispy. We're gonna let the salt do its work, and we're gonna get to work on our gremolata. Herbs, garlic, salt. These are in a sauce, right? That's what would be in an eggplant parm sauce. But what if we deconstructed it and made it like a green oily sauce? That's what a gremolata is. We've got garlic here. Let's just grate it right onto the board. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hit it with a fair bit of salt. Then we're gonna take our knife and we're gonna windshield wiper across it and try to get the salt to sort of paste up that garlic a little bit. Really nice. Throw that right in. We've got parsley and basil. These are the 2 green herbs that are just essential in so much Italian cooking. So I'm just gonna fold the stems right back into the leaves, chop right through. So it's sort of like a really rustic pesto without cheese. Right into the bowl. Let's get a little lemon zest in there. Salt coming in, pepper coming in. We need an emulsifier to hold it all together. And Dijon mustard is really a perfect way to deal with that, especially if it comes from the package store because it's free flavor. Extra virgin olive oil. Salty, fatty, herbaceous. That's gonna be a delicious topping. So we've got our eggplant here, and you can see that the salt has started to like lift the moisture and the bitterness right out of the eggplants. Let's just take a dry paper towel. We're wiping off some of that excess salt, which has now penetrated deep inside the eggplant. So these are looking good. Let's prep them. Cast iron pan with a whole bunch of oil. Let's start getting that hot. We're making a dredging station. We're gonna start with all-purpose flour. We're gonna hit it with some salt and pepper. We will whisk to combine. In the next station, we gotta have egg. This is our binder. This is what holds everything together. We can whisk those up real good. And finally, our breadcrumbs. I'm going with panko here. This is a Japanese bread flake in plain form so that we can flavor it with Parmesan cheese. We're gonna come right in with some Parmesan cheese, you know, because like fried cheese is amazing. Kind of move it around. Otherwise, one of your eggplant is gonna have a ton of cheese and the other's gonna have none. Get your hands set. Wet hand, dry hand. Let me show you what I mean. I'm gonna take a piece of eggplant with the dry hand. We're gonna go into the flour, gonna flip it over. Basically, try to dry out the surface of the eggplant. This goes right into the egg. We now switch to our wet hand. The wet hand will be the only hand that touches the egg stuff. Give it a little drain. And then you go right into your panko. And now this hand no longer gets to operate here. You can take the dry hand, sprinkle it on top, really get it on there good, and right into the oil. Let's repeat. Flour, flip, in, wet hand, flip it over. Got the breadcrumbs, we got the cheese. I'm gonna go like that right there. Here we go. And I'm gonna flip this over. These cook pretty fast, friends. This one looks gorgeous. We've got a plate here with some paper towel. It's dry. We want a crispy eggplant sandwich. That's the name of the game. That means we've got to pull off that excess oil. You come in, you drain, you put it on the paper towel. You drain, you put it on the paper towel. Paper towel, very nice. So all of our ingredients are ready. It's time to assemble this sandwich. Sandwiches have to have buns. So today we're gonna use a ciabatta bun. It's a nice, sturdy Italian roll. All right, so we got bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top. Let's get our eggplant on there. You can see the girth of the eggplant is working really nicely with the size of the bun. Got some sliced mozz, and this is gonna melt and get all ooey gooey right over top. We're about to do a step that makes this a professional sandwich, and that is toast it under the broiler. Keep a watchful eye, this is gonna happen fast. It's ready. These look super fantastic. Let's build them. So instead of a tomato sauce that would make this all soggy, we've got a fresh tomato and a gremolata. All the flavor, none of the sog. This comes to $2.90 a serving, but it looks like $1,000,000. Should we take a bite? I think we should take a bite. The flavors are fantastic. The eggplant is meaty, and that gremolata fresh tomato combo, mwah! This is a beautiful nod to the sandwich that I grew up with, which is the eggplant parm sandwich. But it's nice to change things up. Delicious.